Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you don't know me, my name is Lizzie Morris, and this video is going to be all about me leaving the second trimester and entering the third, and just all the updates, all the things. And let me tell you guys, it's crazy that I'm already in the third trimester. Like, I don't understand how this pregnancy has flown by so fast. And even though I have 3 months left, I just know he's gonna be here before we know it. If you didn't know, we're having a boy, just to add on to that. Today I am 27 weeks, so on average the baby is measuring about 2 pounds, over a foot long, and according to my app this morning, my uterus is the size of a basketball. Honestly, I believe that because I feel like really huge lately. I will say though, like, there are some days randomly where, I still have my bump and the top of my stomach is still pretty hard, but I think I'm just carrying really high because over time, the lower part of my stomach is not as firm as it once was. I'm still at a weight loss technically for my pre-pregnancy weight. So around the time that I got pregnant, I think I was like 318 to 320. Like, I was in the low 320s or the high 3 teens, and I actually lost about 10 or 11 pounds. I got down to 309, I believe, and I stayed there for a really long time. And just recently I have inched back up to 317 as of yesterday. So entering the third trimester, I'm still technically at a weight loss. I don't know how long that's gonna stay up. Obviously, I'm not doing anything in particular to keep a weight loss. And to be honest, I'm actually eating pretty bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Just the way I'm eating is totally just not up to par. I will say, I think the reason I finally gained, like 8 pounds back is because my appetite has went up a little bit. My stomach does hurt a lot, like just from pressure, not like actual stomach aches, but it's pressure and like built up gas is what I think it is, like up here. So I do have like some pains and stuff, but my actual appetite has kind of kicked in because for such a long time, I actually really couldn't eat that much. Like, I wasn't eating the best, but I wasn't eating that much. And I had to kind of actually, at one point in the second trimester, I was starting not to feel really good because I was not eating enough. It got to a point where I was like tracking calories to make sure I was eating enough just for like a week or two. But again, I wasn't doing that on purpose to like lose weight or anything. It just that I wasn't hungry, or my stomach was hurting, or I was nauseous, or, you know, all the different things. So now I've kicked up my eating intake, and I'm not counting calories or anything, but I definitely know that I am eating enough calories a day. But I don't really have any specific cravings. Like, say my husband asks me, hey, do you want this? If I genuinely don't want it, like, if my body will be like, nope, I can't even force myself to eat it. I mean, and there's some moments where I'm like really wanting something. Like, I think last week I really wanted a chocolate milkshake from Burger King, but I haven't had anything like super specific, like, oh my gosh, like I have to have it right now, or it's like something really weird. I think the main thing, a general statement of how I've been eating, or what I've been like enjoying the most, is all my childhood favorite foods, because pre-pregnancy I was eating really healthy, but I never have bought dinosaur shaped chicken nuggets as an adult. Actually, I haven't bought chicken nuggets in forever until I got pregnant. Macaroni, I literally had never bought macaroni as an adult. Not that I can remember anyway, and if I had, it's been years. So I've been eating like macaroni and chicken nuggets and just like things I ate as a child that I had not bought in years as an adult because it was just not something I cared for. So I guess that's kind of what I'm craving, is like things that I ate as a kid, like egg sandwiches. I love egg sandwiches. I ate them like all the time as a kid, but as an adult, I really never ate them like that. So just some other things. I will say the pain has totally like kicked up a notch. And I have sciatica. I've actually had sciatica since 2016 is when I got diagnosed. And I was actually like way smaller than I was, like 200 pounds. I was actually really active at the time, and it was right after I got my IUD birth control. And so my IUD was causing me a lot of pain. My sciatica was really, really bad, and it hurt so bad, like I could barely walk. I actually didn't know what sciatica was, and I got my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, to take me to the hospital because I literally thought I broke my butt bone or something. Like I literally thought something had to have been broken, because that's what sciatica really feels like. Over the years, I had gained a bunch of weight, right? And then when I was at my highest weight, sciatica was really bad. I had a lot of joint pain, all that stuff. Well, once I lost my 50 pounds, the sciatica and like all of that joint pain and all of that just went away. I also was taking CBD, which really helps like ease the pain off. But now sciatica is like back in full force, and it is super painful. I totally forgot how bad it was because it's been a few years since I had felt that type of pain. I literally feel like sometimes when I wake up, not just from sciatica, it's like obviously a lot of pregnancy things, you know, just positioning, there's pressure, my uterus is putting a lot of pressure on my back and things like that, but sometimes I wake up and I feel like I'm at that 360 pound mark again, because that's how I felt every day when I woke up, and this like intense joint pain, sciatica, heartburn, like I'm literally reliving those moments. And to be honest, I am so grateful that I did not get pregnant at 360 pounds, because even though I had started trying to get pregnant then, I don't know how my body would have been able to keep up with anything, honestly. And it wasn't until like the 22 week mark, 23 week mark. It wasn't until like the last month or so where the pain really like kicked up a notch, and it's just been pretty intense this last month. So far the pregnancy hadn't been that bad, hadn't been too painful, but the heartburn has increased super bad. I actually have GERD, which is gastral, look, I don't know how to even pronounce the whole thing, but basically it's like really intense heartburn and indigestion. Well, again, when I had lost weight, the GERD got a lot better. I would still have issues every now and then. Well, it's got to this point where sometimes when I'm like laying down, I literally feel like I can't breathe because it's so bad, or I feel like I'm gonna throw up because it's so bad. So it's just a lot of that stuff. Like I literally woke up a few nights ago, maybe like last week, and I was crying. I was crying because my butt area, because like if you guys don't know, sciatica really affects, most of the time it's like your right side, and it affects like your butt and then into your thigh and like your leg. So for me, it affects my like tailbone area really bad. And so I was in so much pain. My stomach was hurting. I had horrible indigestion. I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I was just like hyperventilating, crying. This is something I've been dealing with this pregnancy, is like if I cry, whether it's from emotions or pain or whatever the case is, just crying, I feel so like emotionally weak, and I really hate that. And that's something that really puts me in this vulnerable state, and I'm having issues dealing with that. It's gotten a little easier to deal with because I've cried a lot. A lot of the stuff I'm experiencing is taking me like flashbacks to the old person I used to be, not just size wise, like emotionally and mentally. I personally believe, you know, 2-3 years ago, my hormones were completely out of whack. I was on birth control and things like that. So I was in just a very different place mentally and physically. And so once I like got off birth control, I was eating better. I was taking care of myself. I was losing weight, and I was just really focusing on like being a better me. I really had shifted. And so ever since being pregnant, I guess it's just the hormones, just all the things. There's lots of changes going on in my body. I'm about to be a mother. I'm about to have to take care of an actual human being for the next 18 plus years. So it's really just put me back into this state of like, I'm reminding myself of how I used to be, and I don't really enjoy it, but it's also a humbling experience to kind of remember where I came from. And hopefully once I'm not pregnant anymore, and once I kind of like recover and balance out again, we can get back on track. But that's been a little difficult, if I'm being honest. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. Now going back to pain, I have started experiencing like some cramping, not anything to be scared of at all. It's actually more like these Braxton Hicks. Sometimes I just get like intense stomach pain because, again, I have really bad indigestion, and it's like up here, not even like where the baby's at. He's not this high yet, and I've talked to my doctor about it, and they totally are chalking it up to indigestion, so I'm not worried about it. But I was telling my husband, like, that one night I was crying so bad, I was like, you know, I can deal with period type cramps. I can deal with all this stuff, because when I had periods, my cramps were, I mean, it was rough. I had the worst cycles you could ever imagine. But all this other pain, like, I was like, I'm not used to dealing with this as much. It's been years since I had this type of pain, and I just don't think I can handle it. So I'm like sitting there thinking in the back of my mind, okay, if I can handle cramping, I can handle like contractions and labor and all this stuff without an epidural. Because in the perfect world, I would love to go natural without drugs or anything like that during my labor. I'm not going to stick by that statement that I won't use an epidural, because you literally never know. But in a perfect reality, I would love to do a non-epidural birth. But honestly, every time I get cramping or something like that, I guess because it's been so long since I had a period, again, I like forgot how bad it can get. So I had some cramping this morning, and I was like, honestly, I might need an epidural. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But that's just something I was thinking about. Like, I genuinely really want to labor naturally without drugs. Like, that is a really big goal. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just something I really want to do. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I won't get an epidural, because I literally do not know. And that goes into, like, I don't have my birth plan fully mapped out. I think it's totally good to have a birth plan, even if things don't go as planned. A lot of people in my groups, like, totally diss it and, like, my only plan is to push the baby out. And that's totally fine. If that's your only plan, like, go for it. More power to you. I do have things that I want to follow through with, if possible. Again, in a perfect world, if things can be followed the way I would like them to, I see no reason not to have a birth plan. But the great thing is I'm going into it with an open mind, that if things have to change or if things do not go as planned, you literally never know. Labor can be extremely unpredictable, especially with it's your first baby. I've never experienced any of this before. So I'm going into things with an open mind, but doesn't mean I don't want to have a actual plan. So I'm going into things with the open mind, but doesn't mean I don't want to have what I desire to be written on paper, because in the middle of giving birth, I might forget things, or I might be in so much pain that I just don't remember, or who knows, right? And I don't trust my husband to remember all this stuff either. So, okay, let's talk maternity clothes. So if you guys don't know, I don't know if you could tell by this angle, I am plus size. Well, actually, I already mentioned that before. I'm 317 pounds. I'm 5'6". So I am plus size, and I need maternity clothes so bad. And I'm on a budget. Like, I'm not, even when I'm not pregnant, like, I like to be frugal, and I don't like spending a bunch of money. I love saving money. That's why we're doing cloth diapers and all these other things. But I am struggling finding maternity clothes, especially that are like inexpensive. And the other problem is that all the stores are not having the dressing rooms open, which is killing me, because if you are a plus size woman, you know, it is hard to shop online. I'm sure it's hard to shop online no matter what your size is, but for being plus size, it's really a pain, because sizing just varies so much. And they do have sizing charts where you can measure yourself, and I do know my measurements right now, but still, you don't know if it's gonna stretch. You don't, like, it's just a really guessing game. I like wearing my pants to like my belly button. I feel comfortable like that. I like wearing my underwear to my belly button. I don't know if you're plus size, do you like doing that? I cannot wear things at like at the bikini line. I can't do it. I can't. I feel so, literally, if my underwear is sitting like right at the bikini line, like, which is normal for most people, I feel naked. I hate it. I feel very uncomfortable. So for me, what I'm having to do right now is, I normally, like, pre-pregnancy, I think I was in a 22. Some sizes would be a 24, but I think most of my pants are a size 22. And so now I have to factor my stomach growing, because my stomach's grown a lot. And I bought a pair of leggings at Cato, and I just picked them off the rack because I couldn't try them on, and I just was like praying that they fit. And they're a size 26, 28. And they fit just enough. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to grow into them. I'm actually wearing them right now, so you guys will see them in a minute. At the stomach, they literally fit like just right. I think this would be great postpartum, like when my stomach goes down and like I don't feel squished, because that's the biggest thing for me is, you know, pre-pregnancy, I had a stomach, obviously, right? And I did not mind my stomach being squished. But now, because I have so much pressure up here and there's like a baby in there, it's very uncomfortable. Like it's just too much to be feeling constricted. And so finding like actual maternity pants that fit the way maternity clothes are supposed to in my size is being really difficult. So I've looked at a few stores online, like a lot of international stores do carry bigger sizes, but I don't know. I've watched a lot of YouTube reviews like on Shein, Boohoo, just places like that. And the problem is I feel like nobody looks like my size, and they'll put in the description what size they wear, like a size 20 or 22. And I really have a hard time finding a size 24 person. If I do find someone that size like wears a size 24 to 28, they have a completely different body type than me. We look completely different. And so it's just been difficult, honestly. Honestly, I'm trying to buy something this weekend. So hopefully if I get this video up, you guys can give me some recommendations on where you like to shop. If you are like plus size, I'm not talking about like an 18, 20. I've been that size before, and those are the most popular sizes you can find almost anywhere. I'm talking about like 26, 28, 30. And the only reason I need those sizes, again, is my stomach. So if you have like experience with that, let me know. Just something I briefly want to touch over is that it's just some thoughts that I'm having on becoming a mom and the things that I'm thinking and experiencing, especially like now that we're leaving the second trimester going into the third. And I'm just like seriously, I'm literally about, like I said earlier, I'm about to be 100% responsible for this little baby, and I'm so grateful for it. You guys know, or if you don't know, we actually were trying for almost 2 years, literally 22 months. We got pregnant on the 23rd month of trying, so we did struggle with infertility. It was unknown infertility. Honestly, I never went to the doctor and got a diagnosis or anything, but this baby was definitely wanted and prayed for and all of those things. And I'm so grateful and blessed. And I still, honestly, there's days where I wake up and I'm just like, I'm pregnant, you know, like it still doesn't feel real sometimes. Now, sometimes it does. Like if he's kicking like nonstop throughout the day and all these things are going on, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, all right. But then there's some days where things are a little more relaxed. And I'm like, I have to remind myself I'm pregnant. And that happened a lot in like the first and early second trimester. I would go throughout the day and like forget and I'd have to remind myself, yeah, you're pregnant, girl, you know? So I still like have those feelings of, is this even real? How is this even possible? I never thought I'd be here. And then it's wild. But it doesn't mean I don't have like fears, and I'm not extremely scared of motherhood. I'm not like super fearful of the future, but I still have thoughts of like, you know, how am I gonna be as a mother? How is it gonna be going from having this life where it's just been me and my husband? I mean, we do have 2 amazing, beautiful dogs that I love, and oh my gosh, Bubby's actually laying right here, and he's so cute when he sleeps. But I did have these thoughts, you know, just a while back. I was like, you know, I'm gonna be giving up a lot. I'm also gonna be gaining a lot. I'm gonna be, you know, I know that a mother's love is like something that can never be compared to anything else, and I'm so excited for that. But just being brutally honest, me and my husband have been together for almost 7.5 years, and so the thought that it's not gonna be just us anymore, or that our whole entire world is about to revolve around something other than ourselves. I think that's a totally understandable feeling and thought that goes through people's heads. If anyone says that's selfish or something, I think that's so wrong to say, because you go all your life worrying about just you. At the end of the day, I've only had to really worry about myself. I've done anything that I wanted to do on my own time. I haven't had to replan things around having a child or having a babysitter or anything like that. And so just knowing that my life is about to change is kind of like, whew, you know, kind of got to brace myself. I will also say a lot of something that I really am hating so far, that I'm shocked that I'm experienced in pregnancy before my baby's even here, is the mom shaming. Honestly, I've already dealt with mom shaming a handful of times, and I know it's only gonna get worse when the baby's here. And I'm so, like, I've always heard of it from friends and other people, like how judgmental people are towards you and your parenting, or you as a mother, whatever. But until you really experience it, it's like, how is the mom community so judgmental? I can't even understand it. I know it's not all moms that are like this, obviously. I don't want to group everyone in the same bubble, but I have dealt with some shaming on my parenting decisions that I have been open about. And I think what my friend Courtney, she says it best, like, at the end of the day, like, our kids are still gonna eat dirt. They're still gonna, like, eat Cheetos, or like, they're still gonna be like a kid, right? Like, no matter what we do, as long as we're not putting actual harm to our child, like, our kids are gonna grow up fine, right? And so the fact, and then the crazy thing is, we all experience mom shaming, and then we're the ones who do it the most. So it's really wild concept to me, and it's a new unmarked territory I'm having to explore, and that's been really hard for me emotionally as well, because honestly, I have grown so much confidence in my body. I've grown so much confidence in just who I am as a person, but I've never been a mother. I've never experienced motherhood. I've never been in that situation. I've never had this title. I've never had to make these decisions. So this is a whole new territory I'm completely having to learn and navigate and understand, and it's just new. Beforehand, I had been this person the last 23 years. I've been a mom for almost 7 months. I'm expecting mother. You know, I haven't even dealt with all of the big things in motherhood. So that's been something to navigate. Again, going into what I said earlier, I'm going into motherhood with an open mind. You know, I think as first-time moms, we all have this, like, expectation, like, I'm not gonna let my kid do this. I'm gonna be this type of parent. I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this. And again, in a perfect world, it would be awesome if things went that way. But I am going into motherhood with an open mind that, okay, things might totally change. I might have this child and I'm gonna see the world completely different. So me saying that I'm never gonna do this or this or this, like, I don't wanna give examples, but I can't really say that I'll never do that. So I've tried to get into the habit of, if I talk to somebody about it, I just say, you know, I would love to do this. I would love to not do this, you know, and not put myself in this position where if I don't follow through with what I said, I am mad at myself, or I feel like I failed, or anything like that. I think verbiage is really important, you guys. I've really been trying to work on that. I'm not good at it. I'm not perfect. I fall short all the time, but I feel like verbiage to ourselves and to other people is so important. I'm really realizing that, especially, again, going forward to being a mom. I'm trying to watch what I say and watch what I do. I'm trying to be very aware of what I'm doing and what I say, because I know I'm going to be the biggest influence on his life for a really long time, you know. I guess I'll give you guys a bump shot. So let me tell you about this Bellavation band first. Okay, so I ordered this Bellavation band on Amazon. It, like I said, it's supposed to kind of like be a support band for your stomach. I don't find it to be as much support. Like, it does have some support, but it actually also helps round you out. So if you have like a B stomach, if you guys know what that is, it's kind of where your stomach folds in and it looks like a B. It has like an indent in the middle. I have an apron belly, which is where like skin really hangs down low. You guys will see, I'll show you in a minute. But this does help round you out. So if you're struggling with that, I know anyone that with a B belly, they swear by this. Apron bellies, it does help with like the loose skin at the bottom, or like the fat that's at the bottom. But B bellies, I hear it's like a lifesaver, because a lot of moms feel like they don't get the perfect bump, and I totally feel that. So I got the biggest size, XXL, and I will say, the only thing I'll say is that I do feel like when I'm sitting down, like when I'm standing, it doesn't feel too uncomfortable, but when I sit down, it does feel not tight like a bodycon dress or something that's like really squeezes you, but it does feel very firm and it is a little uncomfortable. But I think most of the reason of that is because I literally have so much pressure, you guys, in the top part of my abdomen. I can feel it right now. Like I haven't even ate anything today or anything like that, and my top part of my abdomen feels like there's a balloon in there. I know everything's being squished up. It's actually getting a little harder to breathe and things like that. So having this on, I do love it, but at the same time, I feel like it puts a little bit of pressure on my upper abdomen, and I did get the biggest size. And that's the thing, like I'll just be honest with looking at maternity clothes or this, because there's women in the group that I'm in that had stomachs, or they looked larger than me, and that's not me shaming them. They just did look to be like a bigger size than me, and then they loved it and they had no issues with it. So I guess it just depends on like your body type, what you do, how you feel, whatever. But this is what it looks like this. And I guess I'll try it on for you guys real quick. I was wearing it, let me tell you guys, I think this is how it's supposed to go, which to me, I didn't think that's how it was supposed to go. I was wearing it like this for a while because that made sense, like your stomach's down here. But when I held it up this way, I realized yesterday it says Belevation and it's like upright. So I don't think they'd put it on upside down. So let me show you guys my bump, and then we'll put this on and I'll show you guys my bump after and see if you guys notice a difference. Something I should mention about the pain is like, I think I might be developing SPD. It's just really, really painful in your pelvic area. Like my pelvic area hurts so bad. That's actually, I would say, the most pain is like my pelvic bones feel like so sore and achy, and sometimes it feels like they're grinding together. Oof, it's rough. So here are these leggings. You can see they're, I told you guys they're a size 26, 28. I mean, I could grow, but the only thing I think, if as I grow, it does feel a little restricted here, even though it's stretchy. It's just that the bump protrudes so much that it does feel a little restricted. So this is me with leggings on. I'm completely relaxed. You can see, let me see if I turn like right, and you can see it's actually, that's why I'm telling you guys, like they actually are bigger, because my thighs and stuff have not gotten bigger, right? Like it's just my stomach. So they're actually, in a lot of places it's bigger. It's just the stomach, right? So let me show you guys what I'm talking about with the apron belly. So down here you can see like my loose skin isn't as loose as it was pre-pregnancy, because I don't know, pregnancy. And you can see that line where the pants like kind of hold on to my stomach, so you can tell it's kind of uncomfortable. But see up here, it's fully hard, and then it's even pretty hard right here. And then as we get down here, like this is just mostly fat. He's in this kind of general area. So this is me like completely relaxed. Okay, now let me show you with my shirt down. And you can kind of see the shirt's getting a little snug. This is pretty cute though. Okay, so here's the band. And what I would say is it does help keep this kind of in place. And see, standing up, like I have a lot of room with it. And so I'm thinking like as I grow, this will kind of move down and it won't be as much pressure where I'm dealing with that indigestion. Like, do you guys see literally how baggy these pants are? But let's pull my pants up and see if you guys can see a difference. And they do say like you'll see more of a difference later on. So I do feel support for sure. I don't know. guys think? I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I have been leaking like colostrum a lot, but that's pretty much it. We have, I think, 13 weeks. Yeah, 13 weeks till my due date. He could basically come anytime before then. He can come after, who knows. But I'm really, at the end of the day, I'm so excited to meet my baby boy. Honestly, I sit there and think all the time, like, who's he gonna look like? Is he gonna have my hair? Is he gonna have my husband's hair? Like, I think about the things we'll do, like him giggling, like us playing together, me kissing him, and I think about giving birth to him, and that actually gets me really excited, even though there's fears around that. So yeah, guys, I'm actually gonna have my baby registries. I have multiple, and the reason why is for my family. Not everyone uses the internet like my grandparents and stuff. So I'm like registered at Target, Walmart, Amazon, and Babylist, just so everyone has options. A lot of them have duplicates of the same things, like Amazon and Babylist have a lot of the same things. But I'll have all my registries linked below if any of you guys feel compelled to like send us a gift. We are first-time parents, so we have a lot to get handled. And the fact that I only have 3 months to figure all this out is crazy because we still need a bunch of stuff. And his room still has to get worked on, and this house has to get worked on. Like, you can tell we don't even have proper curtains up. It's just crazy. I'll also have my social media link below. I changed my Instagram. It used to be Lizzie Morris MUA, but now it's Lizzie and Little because I'm entering motherhood. I'm not doing makeup artistry at the moment, so I figured Lizzie and Little just made more sense. So let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to, like showing you guys my hospital bag, or like a baby registry or baby shower haul. Like, I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to do more videos and give you guys what you want to see. You see Bubby right here with my baby boy. But all right, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.